What's up, everybody? It's KBR Sports, the best sports talk show. Your 24-hour day back from the break. Remember, you all can follow and subscribe to the KBR Sports podcast on Rabble TV, Spreaker, YouTube, iTunes, and SoundCloud. Remember, by subscribing to those different mediums, you'll be notified whenever the KBR Sports podcast is posted, so you'll never miss a beat with KBR Sports. Also, don't forget, you can follow the KBR Sports Twitter page at KBR_Sports, where we tweet the live links and show topics prior to every single show. Also, you can call in at 571-991-0566 to give your opinions on a topic like I just discussed with Kyrie Irving, or to discuss a future topic, or to pitch your own topic that you want to get heard, talked about on this show. Remember, the number is 571-991-0566. All right, so D'Angelo Russell, Mr. Snapchat himself. Come on down, D'Angelo. Man, you think at this point D'Angelo Russell would stay away from social media. What do I mean by that? So, pretty much, D'Angelo Russell took it upon himself last night. Well, I'm already casting it in a negative light. Guys, look at this neutrally. D'Angelo is trying to start over a new leaf. A new year, new him. So last night on Twitter, a fan tweeted at D'Angelo Russell saying that, I'm paraphrasing here, but he pretty much, because the D'Angelo unliked the tweet, so it's not available to go be viewed, but you can probably look up the story and find the tweet and see exactly what he said. But I'm paraphrasing. I'm pretty sure I remember the tweet almost word for word, but the fan said, why would the Lakers should not pick Lonzo Ball with the number 2 pick, because I'm sitting here watching D'Angelo Russell highlights and he's so good. Why would the Lakers need Lonzo Ball? D'Angelo Russell goes ahead and falls to the Lonzo Ball thirst trap. He likes the tweet. Now, for a lot of you guys, you might be sitting here saying, man, D'Angelo, like, you might be sitting here thinking, oh no, now you might not be, okay, I think this is probably split two ways. You might be thinking, man, it's not really that big of a deal. All the guy did was like a tweet, like, let him live. Some of you might be thinking, dude, like, learn from your mistakes, man. Let me tell you what I'm thinking. So, I'm a little bit of both here. Because one, look, at some point, these guys got to be able to live, man. We got to let them live. If you don't let them live, he's never going to really get to enjoy his life. It's like, you're going to be clocking guys for every little thing they do, even though technically we already do that already. So, but essentially, if we're clocking guys on every little thing they do, it's like we got to give them some room to do something. Like, they have to be able to make mistakes in some way, some fashion. And not to say that, I mean, he has the right to like whatever tweet he wants to like, whatever. But now to the other side of the spectrum, D'Angelo, my man, my brother, you got to know that the public eye is on you. People are going to be watching you. And they're gonna be monitoring your social media. Like, that's what those folks in the media do. That's what we do. We try to look for the biggest scoop, the biggest story, to find some kind of controversy, to find some kind of issue, to find some kind of problem. And when you go and like a tweet saying that I know essentially the guy is saying that y'all shouldn't take Lonzo Ball. The way that can be cast on is like, oh, you don't want to play with him. And if the Lakers intend to bring in Lonzo Ball, if he's still on the board, how's that going to look? Because that would be a future teammate. And you're essentially saying, I don't want to play with this guy. I don't want to be paired in the backcourt with him. And it's not really your choice. Now, to be fair to D'Angelo, I will say nobody's going to be cool for a guy coming in to take their position. Nobody. If you are, question yourself. That's like saying I'm okay with somebody coming in and taking my job. Okay? For anybody that played sports to any capacity, you're never okay if somebody takes your job, or if you're on the bench. You're never okay with it. Anybody that tells you that they're okay with it, question them sideways and look at them up and down and make them feel uncomfortable, because it's not okay. All right? So I understand where D'Angelo comes from in liking a tweet like that, because you don't want somebody to come in and take your position. You want to prove yourself in that position. And in a lot of cases, D'Angelo's name has been the main name to be thrown in trade rumors, to be thrown around in a lot of speculation. Oh, will D'Angelo be the one of the trade pieces that we moved to go get a Paul George, to go get somebody else? Paul George is the main topic of discussion, but to go get a big name free agent. D'Angelo's the guy that's always been thrown in there. And just to give you a synopsis of D'Angelo's career so far. So his rookie year, 13.2 points per game, 3.3 assists, 3.4 rebounds, shot 41% from the field, 35% from three-point range, and 73.7% from the free throw line in 28.2 minutes. D'Angelo started in 48 games his rookie year. So that means he started in literally half the games. Okay? Just a little bit over half. Now, his sophomore season, D'Angelo, he averaged 15.6 points per game. He averaged 4.8 assists, 3.5 rebounds, 78.2% from the free throw line, 35% from the three-point line, and he shot 40.5%, from the field in 28.7 minutes, and he started in 60 out of 82 games. He didn't play all 82. Now, don't get me wrong, he played in 63, but he started 60 out of them. So when you look at it, there's a few factors here that aren't exactly being played in D'Angelo Russell's favor. Because if D'Angelo was a 20-point per game average guy, the Lakers he wouldn't even be in the trade talks. The Lakers would be talking about moving Jordan Clarkson or somebody, not even D'Angelo Russell. But a lot of the reason why this is unfair to D'Lo is because of the fact that D'Angelo, the way the Lakers offense is run, it's not a big number offense. It's not going to push big numbers for any one individual. That's just not how the offense is set up. Like the offense is set up to be very similar to the Golden State Warriors offense, just without the talent. That's pretty much what it is, just without the talent. They don't got the Golden State Warriors talent. But D'Angelo, when you look at it, the league average in minutes is around 32, 33 minutes per game. D'Angelo literally, he's as a starter who started most of the year. He played, his average was 28.7 minutes per game. He went up 0.5 minutes per game from his rookie year to his sophomore year. But guess what happened in that 0.5 jump? D'Angelo averaged 2.4 more points per game. He averaged 1.5 more assists per game. His shooting from the field did go down, and his 3-point percentage stayed around the same, but he improved as a free throw shooter. So it's not, D'Angelo is showing improvement. It's not like he hasn't improved. He's staying stagnant in the same place. But it's just that we're in this society now where we're like, we want everything quick. Everything needs to happen right away. We need it right now, like an easy bake oven, like right away, 1 minute rice. But it's just not fair to some of these guys, because we're okay with some people taking 4 to 5 years to develop, but then we get like Kobe Bryant didn't average 20 points per game until maybe his 5th year in the league. Granted, Kobe came off the bench initially after Nick Van Exel, but what do you bet that D'Angelo came off the bench sometimes too? So a lot of times for us to expect these guys to be Kevin Durant, LeBron James, Chris Paul coming in, every guy has their own different journey. Now, I get it. You have to have them show you flashes. You have to have them show you some consistency. Now, D'Angelo has shown flashes of being able to be that guy. 39-point performance against Sacramento. 40-point performance one night against the New Jersey Nets, or the Brooklyn Nets, sorry. He's had different moments where he's shown that he's not scared to be that guy. He hit a game-winning shot against the Minnesota Timberwolves late in the season. One of the wins that the people said the Lakers should have lost to try and tank the season away. Yeah, it's one of those things that we got to be more patient with the players. I get it. You want them to be as good as possible right away, and it is somewhat of a gamble. Because say right now, if this is D'Angelo's ceiling, he is a bench player. Then he's either a bench player, or he's a role player. If this is his ceiling, but this is his 2nd year in the league. He's 20 years old, and we're already like, oh, get ready to ship him off or whatever. Like, I just don't get it. Now, if you think D'Angelo's ceiling is Paul George, it makes sense. It all makes sense. I get it. But here's the problem, though. Why not wait to just get Paul George in free agency the next season if you already feel like he's committed to coming to LA? Why give away assets when you don't even need to do that? Give these guys what is the benefit of bringing in Paul George right now? I just want to know one benefit. He's more likely to sign with the Lakers. Okay, but at what cost? To become a worser version of Indiana? Because that's essentially what you'd be doing. Right now, is D'Angelo better than Jeff Teague? Is anybody on the Lakers as good as Miles Turner? I mean, these are serious questions you got to ask yourself, because you trade for you're essentially pulling a Carmelo trade if you trade for Paul George right now when it's unnecessary to do so. You can literally use your number 2 pick. If it is Lonzo, you let these guys develop with one another. You let them improve. You let them play with each other. A lot of times we put these guys with Sometimes playing with a star player can help guys develop sooner, but it depends on the star player, who the star player is. If you're telling me it's LeBron James, hey, I'm trade every player on the roster. I have no problem with that. Trade everybody. Ship off everybody. But you're trading for a guy in Paul George who doesn't necessarily make other guys better, who's kind of really good at getting his own, but he hasn't really been known for making other guys better. So you're bringing in a guy that would essentially, in a way, could stunt the young talent's growth. Now, when you're talking about bringing in a guy like Lonzo Ball, I get it. Lonzo is a guy that can make everybody better. Now, if you believe that, why not give Lonzo a chance to try and do that? We're talking about shipping off D'Angelo when Lonzo could be the guy that makes D'Angelo a 20-point per game average scorer, a 45% shooter from the field, a 38% shooter from three-point range, a conventional 7 free throw a game guy. We're so ready to just make things happen so fast. We're so ready for our souffle to be done right away when all these things take time to bake. The Minnesota Timberwolves, remember how everybody said they were going to be a playoff favorite this year? Minnesota is one of the worst teams in the West. Karl-Anthony Towns averaged over 25 points, over 10 rebounds. One of the worst teams in the West. Andrew Wiggins averaged over 20 points per game. Great defender. One of the worst teams in the West. Like, we're so quick. So right now, if you're telling me if those guys were on at Los Angeles and we're still losing games, are the Lakers going to ship one of them too? You gotta give it time to sizzle, guys. It takes time, man. It takes time. I know losing sucks. Losing does suck. You want to win as fast as possible. Especially with the way the fans are. The fans are demanding. I get it, but you don't buy into what the fans want. Because when was the last time you saw a fan running a franchise? And I'm not talking about a guy that loved the game of basketball and he's a fan in that way and he bought the franchise. I'm talking about a guy that literally is the most he knows about basketball is that the ball's orange. Come on, y'all. Come on. All right, we're going to take our next break of the night. When we come back from the break, I feel as though if at some point one game defines my career, then what else can I really do? I feel like I'm quoting somebody. Stay tuned to find out who I'm talking about. It's KBR Sports, the best sports talk show of your 24-hour day. When I come back, remember when we go into the break, wait about 20 to 30 seconds, refresh the page, and the live link should be back up there for you all to tune into us live. It's KBR Sports, and even if it's not back there in 20 to 30 seconds, just keep refreshing it. After a while, the live link will be back up there and will be available for you all to tune in. All right, stay tuned, y'all.